All right, we're going to keep working through some average cost problems. So this is the second video. I'm going to pick up with problem number 3 and then do problem number 4. So problem number 3, Miss Greenery owns a lawn service. She placed the following flyer in the mailboxes of everyone living in the town of Stork. So let's see, what information is there? There is a one-time fee of $150 and then a monthly application fee of $25. All right, so that one-time fee, you're going to pay it once, and then every month, you'll pay the monthly fee. Determine the total cost if you have the lawn service for 5 months. Well, you're going to pay the one-time fee. First of all, let me identify this as total cost. Okay, so total cost. You've got the one-time fee of $150 plus the 5 months is going to cost you $25 per month. All right, so 150 plus 5 times 25. So that's going to cost you $275 for the lawn service for 5 months. Okay. So now let's talk average cost. I'm going to take that total, $275, and divide by the months that we had the service. Well, this was 5 months of service. So $275 divided by 5 is a nice, even $55. So it's $55 per month to get that service for 5 months. All right, part B, write an equation to represent the cost in dollars for X months with the service. All right, so again, I'm terribly creative. C of X, cost for X months. It's however much you're going to spend per month. So $25 per month, so 25 times X, plus the one-time fee of $150. Now, could you write down $150 plus 25X? Of course you could. That's actually what I did when I did the original total cost. I did $150 plus 5 months times 25. You could do something like that. It won't matter. As long as you have the 25X is positive and the plus 150 is positive, you're good. All right, part C, write an equation to represent the average cost per month. So I'm going to take my total cost and I am going to divide it by the number of months that we have the service, X months. All right, keep it simple. Part D, the average price per month is $75. How many months do you have the lawn service? Well, if we know the average price, then I want to make sure I use the average cost equation. So that's going to be 75 is equal to 25X plus 150 over X. You go ahead and zoom in on just that equation. So first thing, domain restriction, X cannot equal 0. I kind of put that into the duh category. If X is equal to 0, that means you didn't have the lawn service for any amount of months. So why would you care how much the average cost was? So just know to look for it, but it's not really going to affect us too much with these particular problems. I'm going to multiply through by the LCD of X. So I've got 75X. The X on the right side will completely divide out that denominator. So 25X plus 150. Subtract 25X from both sides. So let's see, 50X is equal to 150. Divide by 50. X is equal to 150 divided by 150 is 3. Why does that not sound like my brain is liking that answer? Average price per month. Nope, that's right. Okay. It just took my brain a second to follow along. All right, so if you had the company for just 3 months, then you would have an average price per month of $75. All right, sorry for that little delay, little timeout as I'm looking at it. But sometimes if you don't feel quite right about an answer, it's always a good idea to double check just to see if something is making sense. What I did when I was looking at it was, if this is $75 per month, I kind of was comparing it to my answer from part A. where I had the cost of 5 months, and the average cost over 5 months was a lot less than it, so it made sense. All right, so that's problem number 3. I'm going to go ahead and slide down to problem number 4, and that's going to be the last one for this video. And for this particular problem, we're just setting up a bunch of different equations. There's nothing to actually solve here, but we're going to get used to kind of writing those equations out. So we've got 2 deals here. We've got the big deal, and the big deal is a $300 deposit with an $80 monthly rental fee. I'm gonna get the words out, I promise. The not so big deal, which is a $100 deposit and then a $120 monthly fee. All right, write an equation to represent the cost of the television in dollars if you rent it for X months from Big Deal. So I'm going to go ahead and write this as B of X, just because I know part C and part D are going to ask for total cost and average cost again, and so I don't want to confuse myself. So I'm going to use B of X for Big Deal. That's a $80 monthly rental fee, so 80X plus a $300 deposit. So that's the cost of the television if you rent for X months. Now for part B, write an equation to represent the average cost per month of the television if you rent for X months from Big Deal. So I'm going to do D of X. B and D for Big Deal. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Average cost, I'm going to take the total cost, so 80X plus 300, and divide by X. All right. However many months you have that TV would be your average cost. Then if you take the total cost, divide by X. All right. Part C, write an equation to represent the cost of the television in dollars if you rent it for X months from Not So Big Deal. So that's going to be this information over here. So, I don't know, N of X is equal to, this one's $120 per month to rent it, plus a $100 deposit. So that's the total cost. And then the last equation we're going to do here is the average cost per month. So I'll do S of X. You could put any equation that you want here. I'm just trying to keep them straight so that you don't think that they're all the same equation. So you don't use F of X for all of them. S of X here is going to be the total cost. So the equation from part C, so 120X plus 100 divided by the X months that you rent. That'll get you the average cost per month. All right, so that's the end of problem number 4. The extra practice and review that's at the end of the note sheet, it's on the key. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know so I can help you out with any of the problems that are on there.